During World War II, France had been given a large number of M3A3s through the American Lend-Lease Agreement, which made up most of the light tanks operated by France. The 2nd Armored Division was the largest user of these tanks, meanwhile the 1st and 5th used a mix of M3A3s and M5A1s. These tanks were designated for recon roles in the Free French Army. In War Thunder, it is literally a copy-paste from the American tree, if I'm not mistaken. But even still, the tank is still pretty good for my standards. It's fast, it has a good gun, and it was even able to bounce some shells, surprisingly. After the Second World War in 1945, several PZ-SPWG armored cars were converted by the French army after they had been taken over by the Wehrmacht in 1941. The converted Panhards had either been equipped with 50mm L42 or 50mm L60 guns, both of which were previously used by the Panzer III. They continued to be used by the French army as they were used before the war. In War Thunder, this tank is the better version of the AMD.35. Yes, it has no machine gun, but it has a really good gun for this BR. You can basically kill anything at its BR with ease, and if you do come across with an armored opponent, then it still has APCR for you to use. Several variants of the British Crusader cruiser tank family, notably the Crusader II and Crusader III, served with the Free French forces. During the early stages of World War II, France had been stripped of all equipment due to the German occupation. The surviving forces received some of the Allies' tanks. The 1st Autonomous Tank Company of the Free French Forces operated around 10 Crusader IIs and 18 Crusader IIIs. In War Thunder, this is another copy and paste, from the British tech tree this time. Its gun is not the best, neither the armor nor the engine. This is a bare light tank. Nothing is really special. Hopefully Gaijin will add the Crusader Mk.II for France, so getting this thing will at least be worth it. During the Second World War, most French tank units were modeled in a similar structure to US armored divisions, but with French traditions. With this in mind, France operated M4A3 105 self-propelled howitzers in its tank divisions, to provide direct fire support for infantry units and offer a higher protection platform for artillery support, which allowed the units to operate closer to the front line than regular artillery or mortar systems without much risks. The French 2nd Armored Division was the first to acquire the tanks in 1944, with the 1st and 5th Divisions getting their own tanks in 1945. Here it is, the big boy in low tier. In War Thunder, it is so widely known that I don't think it needs an introduction. But anyway, the M4A3 is one of the most armored tanks in low tier, only tank destroyers being able to kill them frontally, and mixed with a 105mm howitzer with a 2 kg shell, this thing kills anything at its BR. The VTT DCA does not really have a history, well at least not what I could find. It seems to be a M16 GMC Quad 50 cal on a modified AMX-13 chassis. In War Thunder, it is a very average AA, basically the American M16 GMC, but more maneuverable and faster. This was my full review of the 2.7 and 3.0 lineup for the French tech tree. Next, I will be doing the 3.3 and 3.7 lineup. If you're interested, subscribe and keep a lookout.